Okay, I chose the book A Mink, a Fink, and a Skating Rink by Brian Cleary. And it talks about nouns. And I actually used this book before to do instruction on diphthongs and vowel teams. So I adapted it to use with nouns. I was so excited to see that this book was on there because I had used it before. Okay. A mink, a fink, and a skating rink. What is a noun? Heel is a noun. Meal is a noun. Even Uncle Phil is a noun. Gown is a noun. Crown is a noun. In fact, our whole hometown is a noun. If it's a deck, a duck, or a deer. If it's a crystal chandelier. If it's a train or brain or frown. It's elementary. It's a noun. Nouns can sometimes be quite proper, like Brooklyn Bridge or Edward Hopper. London, Levi's, Pekingese. Proper nouns name all of these. A jail, a nail, a bale of hay, the pool or park in which you play. A quarter, a porter, a pencil or pear. Nouns are seen most everywhere. A box, a lip, a chocolate chip, a cup or glass from which you sip. A pocket, button, sleeve, or cuff. A noun can simply be your stuff. A mink, a fink, a skating rink. A cake, a rake, your kitchen sink. The Pope, some soap that's on a rope. A downtown mall, a downhill slope. A house, a mouse, a broken clock. New Mexico, an old white sock. Some tar, a bar, a baseball star. The place where mother parks her car. A noun can be your Auntie Lynn, the mayor of the town you live in. Your friend who tells you corny jokes. A noun can be your favorite folks. A collar, a scholar, a handful of sand. Saxes and faxes, the brass in the band. A cat, a bat, your grandma's hat. Nouns are a little of this and that. If it's a place of any kind, a mountain hall or Highway 9. If it's a country, state, or town, then surely, it's a noun. And so is a poodle, a cherry strudel, a fork, a cork, a curly noodle, a king, a queen, some gasoline, a red raspberry ice machine. If it's a person, place, or thing, your dad, Detroit, a diamond ring. If it's a boat or coat or clown, it's simple, Simon, it's a noun. So what is a noun? Do you know? Okay, I use this book for teaching vowel teams, short vowels, word families, diphthongs. I was so excited to see it on the list because it's such a wonderful book that teachers can use in a variety of ways in their classroom. The first thing I would do when using this book to teach nouns is to play off that last page of the book. It said, so what is a noun? Do you know? This open-ended question would be a wonderful discussion starter. Have the children talk about what they think nouns are and what feature makes them a noun. You could use a whiteboard. I had a small one I chose here. Put proper noun, common noun. Let them name some from the story. You could even stop during the story and have them come up and write. They love to write on the dry erase boards. Come up and write the proper noun or the common noun. And be sure that you could tell them that the difference in the fact that a proper noun is always capitalized and a common noun is only capitalized at the beginning of a sentence. When teaching about nouns, you could have students pick out the common nouns and the proper nouns. The activity that I saw one of my mentor teachers use was called the noun game. The children were in kindergarten, so you'd have to adapt it, but she had them sit in a circle as they normally would sit, and she stood in the middle of them. After she had given instruction on what a common noun was and what a proper noun was, she would call out various nouns they would slouch for common nouns and sit up straight for proper nouns. The students love this activity. This one really stuck with me because in my experience, the mentor teachers that use the hands-on activities received the best response, and students' retention rates were high for whatever the activity or the topic was. In this book, you could use the nouns Simon and clown. I've already talked about that, but and have them slouch when you said clown, or you could choose any of them from the book, but they would slouch on the common and sit up straight on the proper. And for older children, you could have them write sentences. They could write sentences with proper nouns, write sentences with common nouns, write essays with and distinction of common and proper nouns. I really like this book, and like I said, you can use it for other ELA topics and objectives you're trying to teach.